Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. We got our Loud and Local Band of the Week, and this week, it's Dust Moth. It's our Loud and Local Band of the Week, Dust Moth. You want to find out how you can get their music? Just go to the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com.
We got a brand new record, and it's called Rising Sailing. Check them out, Dust Moth.
And if you're loving local music, you're going to love Loud and Local. That's a big show on Sunday nights. Starts at 8 o'clock, 2 solid hours of great local music. Bands like Dust Moth.
On the clock, you're going down and I'm gonna rock. It's time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa, Beat Migs, you're a loser.
It is time to beat Migs, and we've made it. It's Friday. Yes, Daniel is jumping in his New Jersey. In New Jersey? Yes. Partying. Looking forward to the week. Yes, happy Friday, everyone. And Danny is jumping not in New Jersey, but in a New Jersey.
Damn straight. It's actually funny you would say that, because every time that I talk about a New Jersey, my phone autocorrects to where it capitalizes New Jersey. And I'm like, no. Okay, new kit. I get it.
Yeah, you got the Hendrix Sounders kit. Looks super cool. The purple
haze, baby.
Yeah, you're styling.
I thank you.
Let's get to our contestant today. We got James in Gig Harbor. James, are you there?
I am here. How's it going?
Going well. Steve, get out of here.
Fine.
Going better. For those playing at home, James will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. James, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
What Beverly Hills Cop actor voiced Mushu in the late 90s movie Mulan?
Eddie Murphy.
Yes. What would you call a nautical unit of speed? What mid-2000s year saw the end of the TV show Friends?
2007.
No.
2008.
No.
2006.
No. What is the calm center part of a hurricane called?
Pass.
In what decade did judo become an Olympic sport?
Repeat the question.
In what decade did judo become an Olympic sport?
70,
No.
80,
No.
60.
Yes. What is the most populous city in Canada?
Vancouver,
No.
Calgary.
No.
Pass.
In 2011, Steven Tyler made his debut appearance as a judge on what show?
American Idol.
Yeah. And James avoids the deuce and gets 3 correct.
That was
Yeah.
bad. That was really
Yeah.
bad. Sorry, guys. I
Yeah. No song for me
bet on
today.
that one.
Well, I mean, you got a little bit better than a deuce on there. And
Don't try to song.
yeah, but
He knows how bad he did.
yeah, and BJ, you do know that you're not going to get a song probably. So
Yeah.
I mean, hey,
I appreciate
Steve.
James and his honesty.
Yeah, Steve, I think you're going to have a great Friday.
Awesome.
You ready?
All right.
What Beverly Hills Cop actor voiced Mushu in the late 90s movie Mulan?
Eddie Murphy.
Yes. What would you call a nautical unit of speed?
Knots.
Yes. What mid-2000s year saw the end of the TV show Friends?
2004.
Yes.
Oh.
What is the calm center part of a hurricane called?
The Eye.
Yes. In what decade did judo become an Olympic sport?
The 90s.
No.
80s?
No.
2000s.
No.
70s?
No. What is the most populous city in Canada?
Toronto.
Yes. In 2011, Steven Tyler made his debut appearance as a judge on what show?
American Idol.
Yes. Who passed Kobe Bryant as the leading scorer in NBA All-Star history?
LeBron James.
Yes. Raja was what kind of animal in Disney's Aladdin?
Raja was a lion.
No.
Monkey.
No.
Giraffe.
No. Who played the title character in the comedy Little Nicky?
Adam Sandler.
Yes, and Steve, you win 8-3. Sorry, James, but I mean, you already knew the outcome, buddy.
Yeah, he knew it was going to happen.
Simply the best.
Simply the best. Sing it, Tina. Tina
A lot
and
of the West
Steve.
Coasters, they just don't know Toronto, apparently.
Yeah, he didn't
He
get
guessed,
Toronto.
he guessed the more Western Canadian cities, but forgot about T.O.
Oh, man, that's a bucket list place for me to go.
Is it really?
Oh, for sure.
I think I would want to go just because they have the big the comic festival there.
Okay.
So that would be a super fun thing to do. But I've never been to Canada before, so I don't know if Toronto would be the first
You've
place
never
I'd
been to
go.
Canada before? This close?
Yeah, no. I never wanted to. I mean,
Really?
when I was younger, it was a trip and a trek just to come to Seattle from Tacoma. Like, I wasn't going all the way up to the Canadian border.
You know what? You are a frontiersman, sir.
Oh, yes, no. One of the few that James did get correct is he did know that judo became an Olympic sport in the 1960s.
Oh, damn it.
A little bit earlier than you thought there.
Yep.
And then, does anybody know what kind of animal Raja is in Disney's Aladdin?
Tiger.
Yes, he is.
Yep.
Danny knows.
Yep.
Yes, I'm Danny.
Vicky knows as well.
Josh would have sworn that was. Sorry about that.
Well, I get mistaken for a girl a lot. It's good.
Yeah. You guys both got squeaky voices. Well, congratulations, Steve, on your win.
And that's for Rose in Tacoma's son. Because she said, hey, can you try and get a W for my son? He's at the UW hospital getting another round of chemo for his leukemia, and he hates it when I text in. So there you go.
All right. Well, man.
Rose's son, that one was for you.
Good luck to you, buddy.
Yes.
The win for you. Nice. Well, we talked about Peeps recently, and Pepsi has decided that we need more Peeps in our life as we're getting closer and closer to Easter. And you can imagine what that means. If I'm mentioning Pepsi and Peeps in the same sentence, you'd be like, really? Is this happening?
Pepsi-flavored Peeps?
No, it's the other way around. Peeps-flavored Pepsi.
Are they calling it Peepsy?
Peepsy. That's a great idea. They really should.
If you're going to do it, you might as well be stupid about it.
Go the whole way, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's going to have marshmallow flavored cola, and it's going to come in 3-pack cans that are yellow, pink, and blue, Easter colors. They're not going to be on sale in stores, though. You're going to have to go and enter a contest on Twitter or Instagram if you want to get one. So
weird.
This is.
I don't know if I want to try that. I'm like, I want to try it just because I'm curious what a marshmallow flavored soda would taste like. Is that just like a vanilla soda?
Well, you could buy some marshmallows, take a swig of Pepsi, and then eat the marshmallows, really.
I mean, geez.
There are multiple ways to get cavities, guys.
Just fill your mouth up with marshmallows and just try and drink a Pepsi. All right.
Yeah, that's it. Or take a picture of yourself doing, quote, your favorite springtime activities in a safe, socially distant manner, and then tag at Pepsi and use the hashtags hanging it with my peeps in all caps. The peeps. Or hashtag Pepsi sweepstakes. Rev, you're not doing it?
No way.
I kind of want to take a picture of myself in a park drinking a Diet Coke and then tag them in all of it.
Oh, the ultimate troll. The entries are due next Wednesday. Yeah, and have marshmallows that aren't peeps. Just have like a regular bag of like Kraft marshmallows and a Coke. Yeah, you're right. That would be great.
I think they might have gone too far with this one. The Peeps Pepsi.
This is what they're doing, though. They're realizing now that you do these limited edition things, throw them on social media. Morons like me will talk about them, and that's all they need. It's kind of what they're doing. It's like, I don't think they're serious.
Yeah, I think it's get some people talking. It's seasonal and all that. And like you said, they're not selling them. Although, what if it's so popular, this contest, that they're like, crap, maybe we should start selling them?
Yeah.
That's a massive if.
I wonder how many people are going to go through all those hoops in order just to get the marshmallow Pepsi. Unless, there are people, though, that they'll be socially network famous, right? I'm the one that did this.
People doing this, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you get something for free, too, at that point. It's like, if you throw them out there for free, why not?
Someone brought up a good point. You could get marshmallow-flavored syrup and just put it in a Pepsi.
Look at this.
Little squirt.
Do they have marshmallow-flavored syrup like at Starbucks?
I don't know if they're at Starbucks, but I think they have so many flavors because we have like a little coffee bar in our house, and so my wife will just pick random like things online, and she'll find some like
they do, yeah.
They have like a s'mores flavor,
premium toasted marshmallows.
Okay, so that's all you got to do is just go to Bucks and go, hey, can I have a little cup of syrup on the side? Which, I've done that myself because it's like, look, I want to add the syrup to my drink as I drink the drink. I don't want it because it's too sweet. And they look at me weird.
I'm looking at you weird right now. That's a very weird request.
I'm a mixologist, dude. You know me. I always mix my drinks. I am.
You want your syrup on the side?
You got to do just, man. You know me, like my Coca-Cola Freestyle machine. I like to make my own, a flavored cola. I don't want to just to go with what they tell me I should have. I do my own thing.
How does that usually go over when you ask for a cup of syrup on the side? Has anyone ever said no?
Oh, the baristas at Starbucks have been trained to deal with morons and still smile. So that's really
that's a good point.
Yeah, so I always get a smile, but I know when I'm getting the "you're a moron" smile as opposed to "you're really a great and easy customer" smile.
That might be the weirdest thing to put on the side I've ever heard. Like you hear a lot of times, like people get their salad dressing on the side. Like that way you can monitor how much salad dressing you're putting on your salad. But syrup on the side is crazy.
Well, then you can monitor how much syrup goes into your beverage. It seems weird, but the salad dressing analogy is actually perfect.
Next time I go to get coffee, I'm going to ask the barista, like, how often do people ask for syrup on the side?
And then she's going to give you the moron look because she's going to go, you're just setting yourself up so you can ask. And then you're going to go, no, I really don't want it. And then she's going to go, no, dude, you want it. You just asked about it. You go, no, it's my stupid friend. I wish I never got in this conversation.
I'm wondering if you could just order a half a pump. Of syrup instead.
What are we talking about? Oh, yeah.
A bikini barista stand, you can.
Yeah, you can. Oh, yeah.
If you want a full pump, it costs extra.
It does.
You can get a 3/4 pump. You can get a quarter pump. It really depends on what your day's like.
And it's truly stand by stand. It's a case-by-case type of thing.
Yeah, that's very true. Oh, boy. Hey, guess what time it is? It is time for Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We got your calls. We got your texts at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs. Mornings on The Rock. 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino. Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It is a simple concept, man. Just tell us what is on your mind.
And you better show some energy and bring it, because otherwise we're going to have to gong you. And then say goodbye to you.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Someone just texted in. They were wondering, hey, how come you guys haven't been playing the sea shanty version of the Beat Mig song?
Well, which one are we talking?
Oh, the good one, not ours.
Right, no, wait, not ours.
Not the one that we tried to do, but the one that listener was Michael Spear. He wrote the lyrics, and then Rick Rumble, our radio friend from Virginia, he's the one who sang it for us.
And I don't know, why are we not playing that? I know why we're not playing your version, but I don't know why we're not playing Rick's version.
Well, we're not playing my version or our version because it's bad.
Yeah.
We haven't played his because I think we just forgot, BJ.
Well, there is that. That'll happen to
Honestly, I should just probably throw it in randomly.
From time to time.
Yeah, just like and just surprise you guys.
Not opposed to that.
All right. Well, I think we should play it now since it's been asked for.
Oh, there was a boy by the name of Miggs who'd play a silly game. Each morning at the crack of dawn, the cry for challenge came. From over hill and yonder dale, young men and women came. As 60 seconds ticked along, the result was the same. Beat Miggs, don't be a loser. Beat Miggs, you might be a loser. Beat Miggs, here comes a loser. You will lose his game. One fateful morn, a man of brilliance seeking out for fame. He raised his voice and called along to Miggs he'd try and aim. They sought the Rev to arbitrate and BJ to defame. The score was 9-10. We saw the Miggs had won again. Oh, beat Miggs, don't be a loser. Beat Miggs, you might be a loser. Beat Miggs, you are a loser. You just lost his game.
Yeah, that's a good one right there. That's yep.
He's got those pipes.
Yeah, he does. He should be on the radio, that guy.
I mean, maybe. It's debatable about that.
Yeah. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show.
Someone just texted in saying, hey, I just saw there was a list of the 10 best rock documentaries of all time. I was wondering what you guys would put at the top of your list.
Whoa. Spinal Tap. That's a rock documentary, isn't it?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, it's a mockumentary, but I think it deserves to be on the list in its own way.
I was trying to think about this, and I saw it was, I guess it's like GQ Australia. They made this list of the best rock documentaries of all time. And the one that popped into my head, I'm like, oh, but no one's going to bring it up, is actually in the top 10. And I was like, that's awesome.
Really?
It's called Dig, and it was put out back in 2004. And it's some people know the Dandy Warhols. They're a Portland band. It's pretty popular, and I love them. But it's about Dandy Warhols and this other band called the Brian Jonestown Massacre, and just the direction that their bands went, because they were kind of like breaking into the scene around the same time. People were loving them. They had a similar vibe, but one was very self-destructive, and the other one ended up becoming a very popular band. That's the Dandy Warhols. Whereas the Brian Jonestown Massacre, their lead singer, seemed like whenever they had a chance of breaking big, he would get drunk and make a fool of himself or get into a fight with his band. And it's kind of an interesting watch to see how one band, headed to Europe and had some great success. The other band just got drunk and yelled at each other. It's a cool documentary.
Yeah, I don't know if the one that I would put on there is on there, and it's just the one I've seen most recently, but I think it's a powerful documentary because they did what no one had ever done before, and you might not even call them rock, but they're in their early days. They surely were punk rock. That's for a fact. And that was the Go-Go's documentary. Is that it? It's probably not even in there.
The Go-Go, it should be.
It's on Showtime original. It's originally.
No, it doesn't look like it's in the top 10.
Yeah, and it's probably because they're pop. I mean, if you're talking, solid rock, but really, I argue that they're rock.
Oh, but you say that, but number 7 on their list of the top 10 best rock documentaries is Amy Winehouse, the documentary called Amy. So it's clear that they're not sticking true to just the rock term.
It really saddens me that the Go-Go's do not get the credit they deserve, because Cardi B just, I guess, did something no one's ever done before. Her second song debuted at number 1. And before that, I mean, women just weren't they just didn't do that well when it came to having these, especially in rock. And the Go-Go's were the first women rock band all women band to ever have a number 1 album. And I think it was their first album too. And so that's a big thing, especially, in the time of the 80s where women were just trying to be, just like, hey, will you at least look at me like I legitimately can do what a guy can do? I'm surprised they didn't make it.
I do like that they put Metallica's Some Kind of Monster on this list, because that's such a great documentary.
Isn't that just like the therapy one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when they were working on that record, Some Kind of Monster, and it just was watching this band implode. And that's still my favorite part of that damn documentary. I mean, there's a lot of like really heavy stuff, and it's a powerful piece. Just watching like Lars and James and their dynamic, and there's one part where the therapist that they brought on board decided that he wanted to contribute lyric ideas while they were all trying to write a song.
That's bizarre.
And they all just look at him, and it's just like this moment where they're like, "Yeah, we don't need you as a therapist anymore. You're weird." And they kind of got rid of the guy after that. They're like, "Yeah, what the F's wrong with you? You're not a songwriter."
Yeah, that's lame. You know what? That was the smartest move they ever did, was get rid of that guy, because you cannot. You got to be professional. You can't go, "Oh, by the way, let's do this." No, dude, get out of here.
He was kind of a weird dude, because like when they finally were like, "Hey, look, we think we're good. We don't need you anymore," and he was like trying to convince them, "No, you guys aren't good. You still need me." Like it was almost like as if like he didn't want to stop being a part of, like in his head he became a member of Metallica.
I think you're right, dude. I think you're absolutely right. Not just because someone's a therapist doesn't mean they got their own act together.
The number one documentary, according to GQ, is "Gimme Shelter," which is about the Rolling Stones 1969 tour.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is funny because, like, my favorite one, it's called 20 Feet from Stardom, which is about all the backup singers. And my favorite one, I believe her name is, like, Mary Sheldon, something like that, where she did the backup vocals for Gimme Shelter. And just her story about doing that and everything, and how these backup singers almost made it. And then some ended up cleaning houses and hearing themselves on the radio.
Oh, crazy.
And it just blew me away.
I heard that's a great doc.
Oh, yeah. I think I won an Academy Award that year and everything.
It just doesn't seem right that somebody doesn't at least have a good life who is a part of something like that. This doesn't seem right.
So he said for me it would be Sound City by Dave Grohl. It's about that recording studio, the soundboard. A lot of great rock bands recorded through it. Now he actually has it. So I've seen that one. That's a great documentary. Also, the Foo Fighters had a documentary. Man, I can't remember the name of it, but it was a really interesting watch just to kind of see from the beginning of their days. It was Back and Forth. Thank you.
Steve, it might get loud on there.
That's
the
what I was
guitarist documentary
say on that one.
No, man, no, and it should be. That's a great. What was that? They Jimmy Page, Edge, and Jack White. White Stripes.
And the opening scene for that one is insane because Jack White literally takes a board, a Coke bottle, some wires, and just makes a guitar out of that. Like, seeing that just absolutely blew my mind.
Yeah.
Another one, PJ21 texter said, not on the top 10, but also if you're a Pearl Jam fan, it's a must watch.
Yeah, I like a lot of lists, man. I mean, maybe it's just impossible to pick a top 10 for something like this. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just impossible.
Danny, I'm shocked that they don't have like a documentary about Sum 41 for you on there.
You know, it's funny. I was going to say the MXPX one, but
Did they have a documentary?
Oh, they have like 3 or
okay,
4, yeah, and they're just small ones that they release on their own. But no, actually, the one that I really got into last year, and it was a 4-season or 4-episode thing that they did on Epics or Epics or however you say it.
I think it's Epics.
It was called Punk. And it went in each episode. It was an hour long episodes, and each episode they did like a different decade, and they had everyone from like the beginning, from like Johnny Rotten and all the way up to Dexter and Billy Joe and John Feldman, all the way up into like early 90s punk. And it was the coolest watch just to hear like how it all happened and stuff like that.
Those guys must have stories for days because they weren't playing in any kind of fancy venues.
No.
It was just completely, like just hole in the walls. And I imagine that there's just some weird experiences over the course of their careers.
Yeah. And they go through like the entire thing of fashion and how it all related to the music. It was a really cool, and I think it's on YouTube now.
One that didn't make the list, but it's also good if you're a Seattle fan, is there's a documentary called Hype, which is all about the Seattle, music scene first blowing up and all like Sub Pop and the grunge scene, and it's a fun watch. It's they talk about some of the smaller bands, not even just like the big name bands in this.
How does that not make the list? I mean, because that's the Seattle scene. That's a whole genre of music that swept the world.
I know.
Yeah,
I hear you.
I'm surprised. You pick the topic, you guide the show. It's listeners on the loose. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We got more of your calls and more of your texts at 933 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
99.9 KISW, the rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Earlier every day we were talking about homeowners associations, and a few people had some fun text about that. Someone said, my friend became the HOA president of his homeowners so that he could have AstroTurf in his backyard and a huge gazebo and party lights.
Ooh, gazebo.
I like it.
So they would not let AstroTurf in the backyard. I'd be in trouble then.
Well, maybe it depends on the type of AstroTurf. You know, maybe
I do have the fancy stuff.
If you have the fancy stuff, maybe that's fine. Maybe he wanted to go kind of like old school.
Oh yeah, like basically in the Kingdom.
Right.
that stuff.
And party lights. Another person says, me and my neighbors, we became the board. We disbanded the rule book because no one should have any say over another person's private property. The HOA is now only responsible for the roads and common areas.
Wow. So
that's brilliant.
Yeah. You can take control.
Yeah, but that requires effort, guys.
It's a lot of work.
That is the problem.
You can hire Rev to be the community leader of your development.
Whoa, back off.
Well, you're the one for yours.
I know. I have my own neighborhood to maintain, sir. I've got 2 Facebook pages I have to post on once in a while.
Do you really?
Yeah. I'm an admin on one of them.
What do you do on there? Like, do you just say, hey, guys, we're getting a speed bump. Hope you guys are cool with that. Click like.
Kind of, yeah. Like, it's a lot of information. So it'd be like Safe Street stuff or like City of Tacoma stuff or like the big construction project that's happening on one of our streets. Like, everyone's complaining about it. They're like, oh, the road's too thin. We won't be able to drive through. And I have to actually give them information so they can complain less. But
maybe if your car lost some weight, it would be okay.
Yeah,
so
car.
You're in charge of basically your own version of Nextdoor? That seems like a hell.
Right?
Well, yeah, I keep an iron fist when it comes down to that sort of thing.
Whoa, look at that. The power is being wielded.
Nextdoor always seems like I just wait for like chaos to ensue on Nextdoor. Whenever I get like the email alert that says something but sometimes people just are like, hi, I'm Sheila. I'm new to the neighborhood. Nice to meet everybody. I'm like, what is going on? Is that is she
yeah.
My first thought is she like an escort or something? Like, is like she trying to be like, hey guys, I'm in the neighborhood.
It's so shocking that that's your first thought.
I'm an accountant. You guys need me.
I was thinking, hey, we're swingers. At me.
Whoa. A shock that that's Vicky's first thought.
Yeah. Well, what would your first thought be?
Is that it's somebody new to the neighborhood and this is a way of introducing yourself to people in the year 2021.
Who does that?
Everybody. Yeah. That's what people do now. Nobody goes up and knocks on doors anymore because Steve won't answer the door. So you have to meet people on the Nextdoor app. Oh. You and Vicky are like, well, there's got to be something going on and I'm going to pay to see it.
What the hell?
Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, it just goes to show you.
Somebody just texted in saying, please tell me in the past couple of days you guys noticed the cargo ship that was stuck in the Suez Canal. It drew a huge penis in the ocean before getting stuck. I did see this, and it's so funny.
I haven't seen this. Wait, the ship drew a penis?
Well, you know how you can monitor on a graph on your computer screen, just the way that things will. I don't know how to it's just one of those
trackers.
Trackers, yeah. So the ship went in a way so that it would draw a dong into the ocean.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know Miles
while
does
they
that
were
when he
waiting.
Miles will do that when he's doing like a jogging tracker. Sometimes he'll hit like some detours so he could create a wiener in his tracker. But they did it from like there, and then they got stuck.
Oh, that's awesome. So they got stuck because they tried to do this.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's awesome. That is,
as they said, they were stuck in the most awkward way possible, according to one story.
Well, that's what happens when you get stuck basically in a penis diagram. There you go. I didn't know Miles does that. Miles does that just so that he can see that he jogged on the root of a penis.
Yeah, he'll detour. I don't know if he always does it, but he was showing me like he had like a few screenshots of his jogging route, and every once in a while he would like kind of go off the beaten, off path.
Yes, that's it,
and make a dong.
Do you think he knows how to do that in his brain, or he has to look at his watch or something to see exactly what's going on?
I feel like he could probably pull it off, accomplish it in his brain.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
Apparently,
that's impressive to me because I have spatial issues. I wouldn't even know how to do that. My brain, I probably would hurt myself actually trying to figure that out while jogging.
After they did the dong, they thought it'd be funny to do other things. So apparently, they're attempting to do a booty.
Oh,
that's supposed to be a booty.
So it's like the wiener in the.
Oh, whoa!
I'm sure they would have drawn more stuff because they are artistes. But they got stuck.
That's a pretty big booty when you think about it. But okay, well, that's to scale apparently. Wow. Well, there you go. See, it just goes to show you, human beings, no matter where they are, we are just children.
Yep. Texter said, "Hey, has Rev seen the awesome thing that a hockey team is doing? Minor league hockey team, Warrior, the hockey brand of gloves that hockey players wear. They're doing Thanos-inspired gloves. What? I don't know if you've seen this, but it's pretty freaking cool. They're gold hockey gloves.
Whoa. Yeah,
the players would wear. Whoa. And they have like the little ringy things on them.
Oh,
those are cool.
They got the Infinity Stones or the ringy things.
Well, I know what Rev is getting.
Wait, they're going to wear those on the ice, really?
I think so.
I mean, well, hopefully those ringy things don't fall out, Steve, and get caught in somebody's skin.
Like plastic. Yeah, the Jacksonville Icemen of the ECHL. They're going to be wearing these Infinity Gauntlet themed gloves.
How about that? I didn't even know I don't know if it's Jacksonville I used to live in. If it's Florida, I didn't know they even had a hockey team.
And then you can actually auction. They're going to put them up for auction there, Rev.
Oh,
they even have Thanos game-worn jerseys, so they're going to look like Thanos.
Oh,
when
those
they
look
play.
so cool.
All right, Rev. Time to hit that auction.
Well, hey, guys, my birthday's coming up in a couple months. I mean, hey.
Dude, the glove's going for right now $500.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
One's going for $490. The jersey have a better shot at $290.
Still, that's some dough.
$500 for.
And this is auction style, right? So,
yeah.
or is this we get to pay the $290 and it's ours?
No, it's auction.
Oh, damn it, you're done.
So, like, one of the gloves has 20 bids on it, and it's at $490. But and so they're used by a certain player.
I think the more this gets out there, I don't know if they're limiting it to just folks in Jacksonville or in the surrounding area, but if it gets out to fans, they don't even care if it's player worn. They're just going to love the fact that it's a cool hockey thing, mashed up with Marvel.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's online, so I don't think you have to be from that area to do it.
Oh yeah, this is going to be trouble. Right? You got a lot of competition.
They've got a lot of them, and none of them are under $490.
Well, happy birthday! Even though none of us are getting it for you.
Yeah.
How about that blockage in the canal from the dong boat? It's costing them $400 million an hour in delayed goods.
Whoa,
that's a big mess up.
So really, they're the ones that did this, and they can't get out now. So $400 million. Would you say an hour, a minute? What?
An hour.
$400 million an hour because these guys want to draw a dong. That's really bad.
That's an expensive dong.
It sure is, and an expensive booty too, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, right.
One text says, "I was wondering if you guys ever screwed up really bad at work." Not to the point where it costs $400 million an hour. I'll tell you that much.
No. I've just been witness to somebody losing a lot of money at a radio station. It wasn't me, which I'm so surprised because usually I'm the idiot. But this was actually the host of my show that lost a big beverage contract because we were supposed to meet a representative, but we didn't know who it was. We never met them before. So that's when my co-host decided to badmouth the product. And all of a sudden, I'm looking over there and I'm going, that guy has been standing there for a long time. And I wonder, he might not be the guy. And he was the guy. And it was a beating. It was 6 figures it was not good.
Damn, that's a massive mess up.
That is a massive. And again, if it was me, I would have been fired because I was just a sidekick. I wasn't the host of the show. Luckily, this host was somebody that was still, good enough that they still made a lot of money off of him. But wow, you know how you get that feeling where he's just going off. I'm letting him blow off steam, and then I'm just all of a sudden out of the corner of my eye noticing this guy, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope you're not the person we're supposed to meet who we're bad mouthing right now. Oh no, and it was. Never so happy to shut my mouth my entire life.
Yeah, right. That's very rare.
Dude, you aren't kidding. Honestly, I would have jumped in on the bandwagon, but I actually happen to like the product. So I was sort of like, well, I really got nothing bad to say about the product. I like the product.
Here's a good question. So I want to know if you guys could have any of these modes of transportation, which one would it be? Private jet, private helicopter, or a yacht? All maintenance is included, and storage and driver pilot is also provided if needed.
Oh. I'm not.
Yacht?
Okay.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Yes. Well, you guys don't like yachts?
Take it easy.
I get motion
Take it
sickness.
easy. We're gonna have words, man. We're gonna fight now.
I'll just hang out on a boat in the nice sunny weather.
I just like how you were like really excited that we were going to be excited, and we all just kind of.
I know you all like.
Everybody just took a dump on
I'm
your
happy
boat.
for you. I'm not picking a yacht.
No, I'm going to go with the jet.
Jet.
You going with a jet?
Yeah, I have to go see Lily in Massachusetts. If I had a private jet, I would be there like
Every weekend.
Every weekend.
You don't have to check in.
And go to the sunny weather anywhere. You're like, I want to go to Hawaii. Now I want to go to, Greece. I can go anywhere.
True.
Yeah, but then when you end up there, you're like, man, I wish I could go out in the water and enjoy this awesome weather. And you're like, well, crap, I can't. I don't have a yacht.
I just will enjoy it from the beautiful sand. Oh,
If I have a
darn.
private jet, I got no problem renting a boat. I mean, really.
So no one's going helicopter, though.
Yeah, well, look, I don't want to be morbid, but ever since Kobe, I'm not digging helicopters.
You know,
man.
planes have crashed too. It's not like the helicopters and yachts have sunk. I'm sure there's the Titanic.
That's
Titanic's
true.
just a big yacht.
I mean, everything has a risk.
I know, but for some reason, it's too soon with me with Kobe.
I'm actually surprised that you didn't choose a helicopter, Steve, because then you wouldn't have to do the commute every morning.
That would be my second pick.
Okay.
But I need a helicopter pad here at work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, so if we get you the pad, again, this is your dream come true, but you're going, well, I was going to go with the helicopter, but then I got to get a pad. This is your dream come true. You still would pick the boat over the helicopter if it had a pad?
It's a good question. But I think I'd have way more. They did say mode of transportation, so this isn't like a. Oh boy, I'm sticking with the yacht, guys.
All right, there it is. It's the yacht, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just gonna have fun on the boat.
All right,
I fit more
fair
people
enough.
on a yacht than I can a helicopter.
True.
You know what? I can't argue with that math.
And clearly, none of you are invited.
Good for me. I get seasick, man. You don't want me on your
Wow,
boat.
this looks like nobody is liking what you picked, and nobody wants to even go with you.
That's fair.
You're all alone in your own little ocean.
I'll find plenty of people that like boats to hang out with me.
Oh, yeah, you totally will.
You'll find plenty of people to dock with. You're right. You'll be good.
No, I've seen that.
Wow.
I don't ever want to.
That escalated.
There will be no docking.
Here's a big question that needs to be answered, and not whether or not Steve's going to be docking with his boat or not. This is concerning Ryan Castle and Britney Spears. What do they have in common? I'll tell you at 9:49 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and Britney Spears have in common?
I cut my own hair.
You both do a great job, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, really.
You should see my legs.
Smooth.
Oh, I have.
One
Like
texter
chalk sticks and cargo shorts.
One texter said that both would love to cruise around in Steve's yacht. Oh, that'd be awesome. What a party that would be. Me, Ryan, and Brittany. And
We'd call
Ryan's
it,
dog, Lola.
We'd call it getting yachty.
Yes.
Okay, well.
Yachty by nature.
Good luck to you both. 20 years ago, Zach Galifianakis had what he called a 2-week trial as a writer for Saturday Night Live, and it did not go well. I mean, his humor is so bizarre, it doesn't surprise me that they were like, no. And there was one episode, it was their 2000 episode, Britney Spears was hosting, so Zach's like, I got 2 sketches for you. One of them had... oh, hey, well, all right then.
Rufus doesn't like it either.
Rufus is not happy. One of the sketches had Will Ferrell shrinking down being a bodyguard inside of Britney's belly button, and they were all like, no. And Zach was like, it was like a tumbleweed with a cricket on it was just rolling through the writer's room. He was
How
like,
would I say that? Look at that belly button, man. That thing is huge.
Yeah, that was...
Good dog, Rufus. Good dog.
Yeah, Rufus, you're a great guy. So Ryan not only has a 12-pack, he's got Rufus. It's the Ryan and Rufus show next.
BJ and Mig's play of the day.
What was it? A cranberry horseradish.
Yes.
That I did not expect to be really good.
Cranberries aren't necessarily sweet, but I just saw that and immediately was like, I'm not sure about this one. But you try it and it's like, wow, this explodes in my mouth.
I'm typically just give me just straight up horseradish. Like they even give a regular horseradish one. I'm like, I'm not even touching the cranberry one. And finally I'm like, I should probably try it. It's here. Man, that thing, like Danny said, just explodes in Danny's mouth.
It's so funny. There's certain foods that I put in my mouth, they're okay, but then other foods, they explode in Danny's mouth whenever I eat them. It's really bizarre.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. If I call Travis, will I actually see him or someone who works for him?
Absolutely. When you come in to see my office, when you first call in, my staff will try to help you with any basic questions that you have. I can give you a call back, but they'll usually try to schedule you for a free consultation with me, the attorney, and I'll meet with you personally. We'll talk about the basics of your case, and I'll take you through a question and answer session an interview that usually lasts about 30 minutes. We'll get the basics of your financial situation. I can answer your questions, and we can talk about whether bankruptcy makes sense, your non-bankruptcy options, and how bankruptcy could affect you, what the process is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.